Hi, I'm Jude Hotep, the goddess astrologer and alchemical initiatrix. We're going to get into the chart for this weekend. I hope you all are doing amazing. I did some card pulls. We're going to talk about the astrology for this weekend. This is a really massively transitioning, powerful, changing time this May. So much is shifting, but it's very internal. So if you look at that Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse that we had on Sunday with the North Node at 22 degrees Scorpio, the North Node where we are meant to move away from polarity, psychodynamics, psychodramas, the subconscious things from this lifetime are meant to be healed and mended and shifted to be released. And so much of that is coming up. It's a very metaphysical time. It's very behind the veil. So much is shifting internally for people because Mercury is retrograde. The sun, let's go to Saturday first. The sun's at 0 degrees Gemini now. We have had the ingress into Gemini season. So happy birthday, Geminis. This season before your birthday, the 2 weeks before, it's a time of high suicide rates. It's a balsamic mood period where you are going deep into the depths of your own shadow and darkness and so forth, leading up to your birthday time. So Cancers, this is the time where you're going into that balsamic dark moon phase before your birthday. Geminis, you've been having it depending on where your birthday falls. So it's usually 2 weeks. For me, it was about a month. I'm thinking about a month. It was and then really honestly this year off and on, but like for my birthday, probably about a month. So this is a different time. You have to realize it's a really, really transformational time, but in the deep pockets within yourself, deeply in the subconscious places, the unconscious places. Nothing is going to hide with this Scorpio energy. And the dispositors of Scorpio, Pluto and Mars is moving into that 28th degree, the last degrees of Pisces. They're in sextile. So meaning that they are communicating and talking in positive aspect. And they are, the thing is that they're communicating positively so they can bring some things to illumination. That this Pisces season from January to now, it was very much this illusion and delusion in the media. Neptune is the media, it's the projection. So it's not the reality, it's the projection. And it's very much the cesspool of the zodiac. It's the karmic fears and insecurities, the past lives that you're playing out from the womb, that you're playing out life from the fantasy because you don't want to make it real because you're afraid it won't be as good as what it looks like in your head. And so you just stay there spinning in that fantasy and never making it real, never talking to the person, making the phone call, writing the email, going on to the spot, raising your visibility in your business. And so as you know, in Light Goddess, I work with divine feminine, spiritual entrepreneurship, women who are stepping into greater visibility, building massive platforms and being a leader on the frontiers of leading humanity out of this darkness, out of this dark night of the soul and into heart-centric living, into love consciousness, into higher consciousness. Most people spend their days trying to get more unconscious. If you look at Mars, it's in Pisces energy. So while it's compassionate action and taking action for the heart and the intuition, it's also delusion and just letting things just go and quitting and failure and just being like whatever and letting it all blend and bleed into nothingness and not realizing how important things are. While we don't mean to make anything serious and to keep running our business from joy and from what we really love, we also don't want to let everything merge into nothingness. And so Pluto is revealing, with it being at these last degrees in retrograde of Capricorn, and retrograde, it's reflecting on these 10 years, this chunk of time that Pluto's been in Capricorn, an earth sign, a cardinal earth sign. And so it was talking to all of the earth planets in trine and giving us all the information of the last period of years, what we've been through, where it's been at. Pluto's been hanging out in one house of your chart for a really long time. And Pluto destroys what no longer serves our growth and our evolution. So Pluto doesn't take anything away that was meant to be there. My Pluto square Pluto, I had a massive car accident, out of body experience. It was big. And so we have Venus, who is moving into this conjunction with Eris. Eris is the goddess of discord. She is said to be the goddess of discord, but she doesn't allow for the status quo. She doesn't allow for people to be treated unfairly, to be cast out in society, to have people homeless, psychologically abandoned in the woods of the darkness of humanity, uncared for. And it's funny, I've been traveling all over the country, and when I go to progressive cities, they're the most rundown cities. They are the most homeless population and the most people with psychological issues out on the street. It's really interesting, the spells and the culture that people are buying into. And I'm not progressive, I'm not politically leaning one way or another. It's an observation. I think it's really important, what we're buying into. What projections are we associating ourselves with? Are we looking deeper and deeper and deeper to realize that the Adam and Eve story, for example, if Eve was said to be simple-minded, she said to ruin paradise for everyone. So the man didn't take responsibility for anything in his world. He blamed it on the woman, and then the woman was now said to be less equal, not equal to man, needs to be subservient, needs to be quiet and defer to men. And there's lots of men lining up. And then Odysseus, the sirens, they're calling me to do something outside of my own powers and controls. The woman's always been demonized, and it was a way to create a dominator culture. So we have to realize, like, what is our world based upon these ideas that women today are still needing to unravel the spells of why they are using their body, their mind, and trying to be the amusement of men, trying to use their intellect to be counted amongst men, to have status or be respected or looked upon as mattering, or using their body and objectifying themselves to be useful to men. So we have to realize that these are still present in our culture, that each of us individually are facing that within ourselves and dismantling all of those old premises and principles that society was built upon, that was not an egalitarian society, that suppressed the divine feminine and women, and that we participated in it in ourselves because of the internalization. And we have to step into our power. So Eris, she says, no, this is not fair. And it's not about fair. It's not really the best word to use. She says, no, this is not egalitarian. No, this is not a higher principle, a higher way of functioning. This is not everyone functioning at a high octave, functioning in a way that serves humanity, that serves higher consciousness, that serves the heart, that is anybody thinking about anything other than the ego and acting out ego desires. A lot of people don't realize that what they're striving for, what they're motivated by, is the ego and not the heart and the soul. So Venus is nearing Eris and Aries, and Venus and Aries, while she's in detriment, she's also very, very secure, very confident, very bold and fierce, and very certain and sure-footed, and very bold and wild. And she is moving to conjunct Eris and saying, no, this is enough. We're not doing the old ways of patriarchy. We're not doing the old ways of the dominator culture. I'm not going to be motivated internally. You have to really look at the inside out. I'm not being motivated internally by patriarchal ideas and dominator culture values. Motivated internally to be equal with men. Motivated internally to have status, hierarchy, fame, prestige, or money. For what reason? If you're not motivated by something of soul, then it's coming from the ego. It's coming from that divine feminine wounds. And where do you take things personally? Where are you competing with other women? Where are you jealous of other women? Where are you not being who you are really uniquely yourself and standing in that truth? Because Gemini is about truth. It's about the facts. Whereas Sagittarius, the opposite polarity, is about interpretation and story. And Gemini is about the facts and circumstances. And there's all of our thoughts and our supposition and our interpretation. And then there's the facts. What's the actual facts? The person said, quote, these words, not how you interpreted what they said. The interpretation brings up all your shadow and your wounding and all of that. So we have to look at our relationships, where we're living in the shadow in our relationships, where we're living in the wound, and not facing that. Stop sweeping it underneath the rug. This is the time to clear This is the time to purify. This is the time to write, because Jupiter is at 2 degrees today of Aries. Jupiter is writing the new story of your life. You don't want it to be based upon the wounds of the feminine. You don't want it to be based upon the dominator culture, and you don't want it to be based upon your own karmic past lifetimes after lifetimes, where maybe you chose a life of subservience because you had a life where you abused power. To go in there and heal those wounds. And also, we don't want the new story to be based upon sublimating who you really are and the unique being that you are, and ever evolving, right? And so with Jupiter in the semi-square to Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, of awakening the 3D, with Uranus being in Taurus, Uranus is here to awaken all of the conditioning and to unravel all of the conditioning of the 3D matrix bullshit world, the projected reality, projected by the media, projected by the dark, projected by the people in power for a really long time. It's been passed down from certain families for a long time, and to realize that America is a corporation. So to realize what we're living under, what we're building our life upon, and build our life upon our own stories. There is parallel societies being built everywhere across the planet. Tap in, connect with the people of your soul tribe, your soul family. There is a lot of delusion and illusion we're waking up from right now, and face that. Face where you didn't listen to the writing on the wall because you just wanted it to be the way you wanted it to be. Face where you were trying to be nice to everyone. You just want everyone to like you. Be real. You just want everyone to like you. Well, that's not really stepping into an assertive place of power, because you're always trying to do the things so that people will like you instead of actually doing what you really want to do in your life and standing in a place of power. People pleasing, codependency, trying to keep the peace. And it's all under this altruistic umbrella that's false. Where are you deluding yourself? This is so important. All of us have to go in some place, whether it's about your business and your projects, whether it's about the way you're looking at life and perceiving life, wherever this is at for you. This is really important to look and face the truth of what's going on. The moon is in between Pluto and Saturn in Aquarius, and so the moon is talking to these two planets and has some emotional charge, some emotional discomfort, and is getting the information from Pluto in your emotional world, and is also beginning to near a conjunction with Saturn, and it'll pass over Saturn to get the information about, are you connecting with things that aren't in your highest alignment to your soul path? It is no longer time to connect with anything that is not of the highest alignment. So this is Saturday. Let's move to Sunday. The sun at 1 degrees Gemini. We're in Gemini season. So this season is about the facts, about truth, about ideas. And it's a fun conversational, flitting around, the butterfly flitting around, a flower to flower kind of energy. It wants to have fun. It wants to be in the joy and in the merriment and the frolicsome vibes. And so now the moon has already passed over Saturn and is going into Pisces today, Sunday, towards the end of the day, Pacific time. And so it's going to be going through all of Pisces, and going to be passing over Neptune and Mars, and getting that information of where emotionally there's delusion and illusion, where emotionally there is fooling yourself, or the fantasy, or wanting things to be a certain way and they're just not, or of not facing emotions that just need to be felt and released. They're not an issue. They just need to be felt and released. And so the moon is in that energy of deep compassion, a lot of karma. So face the karma and the shadow that's coming up. Everything that's coming up right now is to clear out, to get to the bottom of the oil barrel, to get to the bottom of the muck, and to be purified. So on Sunday, gonna feel Mercury at 0 degrees Gemini, the sun and Mercury just conjunct. The sun's moving off of that. And so there's this energy of Mercury will be going back towards Eris, of really looking at the deep desires inside and what's the unfulfilled desires inside. What is not really fulfilling you? What do you keep doing over and over? What are the escapism activities? What's the scrolling instead of doing your better life? What do you keep doing because you think you have to, instead of actually doing what you love in your business? Try for a week an experiment of only doing what you love in your business instead of doing what you think you have to make money, and just see what shifts. Get the data of that experiment, because you're divine feminine. You do run business off your knowing, not off what the business world said is the way to make money. That's not true. That is not true. There's 1,000 ways to look at everything. There's 1,000 ways to do anything. So there's not a right way. So that is another spell. It's another piece of conditioning that puts human souls in jail, in a cage. Black Moon Lilith in Gemini is where we are not transforming our wounds into our power. And so she's asking us to look at the truth of the actions that we take, and are we taking action from our highest power and alignment? So this weekend is really important to be in the more joyful energy that comes from the truth inside of the meaning that's created from you being deeply connected to soul and having cleared out the shadow and facing any shadow that comes up, allowing the purges to take place. The purges aren't enjoyable when you're in it, but they're deeply transformative. The phoenix rises out of the purge, out of the ashes. It doesn't rise out of a garden. So we have blessed, but it's in protection. So you're not feeling blessed. You're not feeling like you get to have the good things in life. You're feeling like, you're forsaken by spirit, like nothing is going to go your way. And it's like, are you coming from the ego, or are you coming from soul? Because we will have the ego smackdowns, but the spirit doesn't ever smack down the heart. It only smacks down the ego, and the ego gets smacked down because it is not of truth. And so we have soulmates, but it's in protection. So realize that even the relationships that don't go well are so often soulmate relationships. They're karmic cleanup things. They're teachers to you, and mirrors, sacred mirrors, showing you what's inside of your own shadow that you can clear. Whatever you're discomforted by in other people is in your own shadow to clear. And those relationships can be deeply healing if we face the issue. And I hope the noise isn't so overpowering, but anyways, so we have happy, and it's in reverse. And so it's saying that you're not doing the things to go get joy. Like, where is the joy in your life? Where is the play and the fun? Are you doing things just to make money, just because you think you have to? You gotta stop doing that. You gotta get out of that conditioning and those spells. And if you want to break those patterns and those ties, come into an Alchemical Goddess Complementary Goddess Call for Alchemical Goddess, my coaching program. We get out of doing what an outer authority says. You break through and transform those places within yourself where you're trying to do things for other people or for motivations that are not from soul. We have Yelena, she who knows, wisdom, clarity, resolution. And if you just look at her stance and her facial expressions, very much it's resolute. It's based on a clarity, on a pureness, on a wisdom of a deep inner divine feminine knowing. It's really just based on a deep divine feminine knowing. She's not competing. She's not jealous. She's not scared or worried about what other people have to say or think. She doesn't care at all. She doesn't have to prove herself. And she doesn't deny the truth of who she is. So powerful, powerful card, I believe, for this reading and for this weekend and the astrology this weekend. We have Blanche, she who brings light, serenity, and beacon, being the beacon of light. Right now, it's so important to make sure you raise your frequency, stop going in to save other people. Spirit's got them. Right now, it's about keeping your vibration at the highest level that you can, being the highest light that you can be, and to keep raising frequency, face and shadow as it appears, as it comes up. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. I'm going to leave it here for this weekend. The episode on the Light Goddess Fridays episode is really good. So go back and check that out. There are some really good episodes this week. If you want to check out the podcast, the Light Goddess podcast, the link's below. If you want to book an astrology reading with me, you can do that at thegoddessastrologer.com. Beginning to know your chart. We have yang energy in reverse, so there's too much yang energy and not enough of yin, deep soul nourishment, self-inspiration, taking a salt bath, going for the walks in the woods, recharging your grail as woman. You have to recharge your cup and be fully resourced and filled, otherwise you cannot run your business at the highest level and get the work done. If you're working from have to and not from joy, you got to reframe everything. Why you're not getting your brain coached, why you're not doing that mindset work. So mindset work is not in your head. Mindset work is on pen and paper, and it's real actual tools and skills that you learn. It's not positive thinking. So understand what real mindset work is. Flexible, that we need to be versatile. This is Gemini season now. Gemini is versatile. It is changeable, mutable. It encourages many ideas. It's fun. It's inspirational. It's chatty and conversational, and it's upbeat and it's happy and it's exploring all the ideas and interesting things. We have serendipity. So see the magic around. It is around you everywhere. See the joy. See the like beautiful things that are happening. Turn the volume up on all of those things. Milk the magic. Milk the good that's happening. See the positive, look for the colors and the beauty and the great conversations and the happiness and the jokes and the joy, and really bring the volume up on that to a high intensity. I'm sending you lots of love for this weekend. Again, you can book an astrology reading at thegoddessastrologer.com or clicking the link in my bio and Instagram. I do daily card pulls on Instagram, so you can check out over there. I'm also a circus artist, so I put my hand balancing there, all my old hand balancing videos on my Insta. I'm really happy that you are here with me. Please do me a favor and like this video. It will help get more views and more women seeing this inspirational work that can help them move forward in their lives. So I really appreciate you liking this video. It means a lot. All right, I'm sending you so much love. I'll talk to you on the next one.